Hey, what's up everyone, and welcome to my review for The Visit, which is a brand new M. Night Shyamalan chiller, a scary movie that's gonna scare you and creep you out about a bunch of kids going to their grandparents' house. Ooh, but the grandparents, they're not as they seem at first. Later on, they become creepy. That's the pitch. But anyway, this movie is something I was looking forward to for all the wrong reasons. The first trailer, actually all the trailers I would say, for this film looked hilarious to me. And I was confused, like, is this supposed to be like a comedy, or is it supposed to be like a spoof on horror movies, or is it supposed to be like horror comedy? They didn't tell us right away. Like, I looked it up, and at first actually on like Wikipedia and IMDb it said a comedy. I was like, oh, okay, then it's supposed to be funny. But then they switched it to horror. I'm like, uh-oh, no, because nothing in that freaking trailer, any of those trailers, looks scary. Luckily, I saw the movie. It's been getting pretty decent reviews. Definitely better than anything M. Night Shyamalan has done in quite a long time. And, yeah, let me tell you what I thought of The Visit. This movie, I'm going to be honest with you, I like it as a comedy. I actually really enjoy it as that, because it is a horror/comedy. And the comedy portion does work. But let me tell you, I also like it as a horror movie. I like it as both, actually. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit. I was actually very, very invested for the most part. Mostly because, and this is a big thing about these, it's a found footage movie if you didn't know. This is a main problem with a lot of found footage movies. You never feel like it's actually a found footage movie. Obviously, it's not. You know, a lot of times these, like, you could just tell straight up, oh, it's definitely not a found footage movie. Look, there's an actor I know from, I don't know, some show or some movie or whatever. This time, they definitely got people that were from other stuff. Like, the kid in this movie is from that Alexander and the No Good, Horrible, Crap-Ass Day or whatever it's called. And he's in this, and it's a found footage movie, but this is the thing. I felt like it was still a found footage movie because they had a good reason to record. Becca and Tyler never saw their grandparents before, and their mother, played by Kathryn Hahn, decides she's gonna go out on a boat trip with her new boyfriend. They just had like a divorce with, I mean, of course they had to deal with the divorce of their mom and dad and stuff, and the mom is dealing with a lot, so she goes on a boat trip with her new boyfriend, and they go to their grandparents' house for the first time ever. They haven't seen them ever, mostly because the mom and her parents weren't on the best terms. So they go there, and at first it's fine, everything's okay and whatnot, but then of course everything gets sinister. But the thing I loved is that when it's doing the found footage, which is the entire film, it's because Becca, the girl, is a aspiring filmmaker. She likes film. She wants to film stuff. She wants to be a documentarian, and she is making a documentary about like the first time they're meeting their grandparents, and she wants to know like what happened in the past, why does mom hate her parents and stuff. And I thought that was really well done. So a lot of times you'll just see like interviews of like the grandparents, or even of Tyler, the kid, Alexander, and herself and stuff, and they'll be like, she's trying to do an interview style, and there's even times where she's like, wait, hold on, let me take a video of this for like just visual aid or whatever. Like, there's a part where a swing set swings around, and she's filming that, and the kid, the brother, goes up and he's like, let me push it a little bit more. He's like, no, let it do it naturally. And she's just like filming this swing go back and forth while Tyler's just like, all right. And like a lot of stuff like that, it just felt real to me. And the comedy part is really funny. It really is. Like, the kid Tyler is, I think, hilarious. I think he's probably the best part in this movie. He's an aspiring rapper. He wants to rap. And throughout the entire film, he'll just randomly come out of nowhere with like this gangster rap style of I guess just a rap song, and he would just come out of nowhere, freestyle, I guess, and he just come out of nowhere and start rapping, and it's like maybe 4 times in the movie where he does it, and it's hilarious each time. It's hilarious. I loved it. And just watching this little white kid just like trying to rap, and he does a pretty good job with it. it's funny. There's a lot of really funny moments like this. They even mix the horror with the comedy. There's a whole part where they're playing hide and seek under the house because there's this like crawl space under the house. They like, oh, I'm gonna get you, Tyler, and whatever. And then the grandma comes out of nowhere and just like, "Rah!" And she's under there too, and it's really fucking scary. Like, because she's filming something else. She's like, I'm gonna find you, and then she turns around. There's this fucking thing going at her. I'm like, oh my god, it was creepy. I never thought this movie was gonna get me. And then after that, there's a gag with the grandmother that's actually pretty funny. There's a lot of moments like that. Like, there's just moments where it's dark out and they'll walk outside because they hear something like someone scratching, and then they'll go out and they'll see something that's just messed up, and they'll close the door, and it's like, I'm blind. Like, like, if you see the film, you know what I'm talking about. There's like moments like that where they mix the horror and the comedy, and both of them really do work. And what I absolutely love is the acting, really. It's not my favorite part. Like I said, the documentary style is my favorite part. I really like that. But the acting here is fantastic from everybody. Peter McRobbie plays the grandpa, and he's great in this. He has a whole backstory that is at first kind of sad, then disturbing, then at the end extremely disturbing, especially what he does with this certain thing. Like, ugh. And then the grandma, I can't remember the actress's name, I'm sorry, but she's great as well. She's probably, besides the kid, probably, I would say the best actor in this film. The kid was my favorite character. I would say the best actor is her, because she's really, like, she goes through, like, being normal and then really insane out of nowhere, like really well. And she's great in this film. The two kids, like I said, the kid that played Tyler was, his name is something, I can't remember these kids' names, but they're both really good in this film, and I believe both of them, and they're likable characters, and I wanted to see them get out of there, because even though they're old people, and a lot of people think this premise is a little silly, I think it is. I mean, it's a decent premise, but I guess it's a little silly because it's not just a big monster or ghost, I guess, nowadays. It's just grandparents. I think it's a little silly, but especially since it's M. Night Shyamalan and he hasn't done anything right in a very long time, I just thought he was going to screw this up. But he did it very well. Like, man, they did it very well, and I felt like, oh, man, I hope these kids get out of here, because I like them, and these grandparents are just out of control. It's a very creepy, very, very well done movie, very, very well shot too. There's a lot of really good creepy sets and a very well done atmosphere to this. It's just a regular house. Like, it really is. It's a nice house during the day, but then when it gets night, it's extremely creepy. It feels like it's something from straight up like a James Wan film, like Insidious or Conjuring. But then when it gets to day, it's a normal, nice looking house again. They do a great job here. One problem I have with this film, it's not that it's a bad twist. There is a twist in this movie. It's not a bad twist. It's actually a pretty good twist. It's just that you expect a twist. That's the thing. It's M. Night Shyamalan. You expect it. And you're already going in here like, oh, what's the twist? What's it going to be? And you already know exactly what it's going to be. And let me just say, it's exactly that. Like, it's not a... And I need to tell you this before you go see the film. I don't want you getting let down like, oh, that was it? Like, no. It's exactly what you're thinking it is. It's exactly that. But I'm going to give it credit. They do it very well, where they build it up. Unlike a lot of twists out there nowadays, where they just like, screw it, just do it. Whatever, here's a twist, random. You'll never guess it because we never built it up. Here, they built it up, and when it happens, it feels justified. It feels like a real twist, I guess. And I really enjoyed that, even though it's not like the biggest, like, what? No way. No, get out of here. This movie is disturbing, funny, well acted, well shot, one of the best looking found footage movies I've seen in a very long time. I actually highly recommend The Visit. I don't think it's the best horror movie out there. It's probably one of the better ones this year, definitely. I can't think of, I guess It Follows. You know, I mean, I guess wide release, like big wide release horror films. This is probably the best one this year. It Follows. That came out wide, so yeah, no, screw it. That's the best one. But still, this one's a really good one. I'm going to give it a 32 out of 40. I recommend The Visit. I think it's a really good movie. So there you go. That's my review. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you, and until next time, goodbye.